Tonight on Hip on the Spot News. The Eurofighter Typhoon is still in the game. The F-18 Hornet gets a new element in its startup procedure. The Mosquito Mach 6 gets some color in the cockpit. And yes, we are back and ready to deliver your favorite on-the-spot news. This and more on How I Play. Hello virtual pilots, I am Andres Celesti and today we are going to take a look at what changes happened in DCS world in recent times and what is out there for the future. And we start with the F-18C Hornet that just got a new mandatory procedure for its cold start, and that is the HMD alignment. So when performing a cold and dark startup in the Hornet, we will want to perform a GHMCS alignment for the best HMD accuracy. As well, keep in mind that this is not needed for a hot start or air start. ED posted a video that will be very useful in understanding the bit test, course alignment and fine alignment process. Link is in the video description. Also mentioned for the Hornet is the possibility to slew slammer cursor without TDC depression and the reappearance of the Z-TOD on the hub. And sticking with the F-18, we just got a new campaign called Rise of the Persian Lion. A story-driven 15-mission campaign set in the Persian Gulf, designed with VR in mind by carefully controlling resources and allowing airborne coordinates to be recalled. It has over 1,000 voiceovers performed by voice actors, and it includes kneeboards for each mission, personalized aircraft skins, and some interesting options, like an alternate optional campaign version with easy air-to-air refuel for those of you who not yet master the art of catching the basket. Also, it features a mission bypass system that allows the pilot in the first 5 minutes of a mission to select via the F10 menu to move up to the next level even if they fail the mission. The campaign is a continuation of the story presented in the Serpent's Head and Serpent's Head 2, but it can be fully enjoyed without owning the previous ones. The Super Carrier module and the Strait of Hormuz map are required. For the F16 Viper, we got the AGM-154A JSOW and the previously mentioned launch restriction of the AGM-88 from Station 4 and 6. So you can now carry the missile, but you won't be able to launch them from those particular stations. Search altitude is now displayed in the FCR RWS mode, and we got some HUD declutter options. Now, as we talk about the F-16, ED announced that the wind-corrected munition dispenser or WIC-MID will be coming later this summer. The VCMD is a cluster munition that will correct for wind effects and errors during a ballistic fall and turns a dumb cluster munition into an accurate smart weapon. With the addition of this weapon, we will be able to independently assign multiple VCMDs to targets in a single pass, using multiple steer points as targets. VCMD versions include the CBU-103 with 202 BLU-97B submunitions and the CBU-105 with 10 BLU-108 sensor fuse weapons submunitions. Moving on, the AV-8B Harrier got the AGM-65E2 and updates and improvements, with some news from Razban posted on the 6th of July regarding their previous decision of removing the AGM-65F from the weapons roster for the Harrier. In short, they decided to keep the weapon to better represent early 2000 AV-8B capabilities and to give the freedom to the player to fly realistic mid-2010s loadouts or not. That's a great decision in my opinion, and we keep an eye on the Harrier as time goes by. Got to mention, it has been quite a while since I've flown this aircraft. Next up is the Mi-24P Hind. In the latest Open Beta patch, the controls menu have been changed and we need to rebind most of the keys. Short reminder that I covered the Hind in our latest startup tutorial series, where you can check out all the important switches that you need to bind. Coming back, they added Countermeasures ACO2V control panel to Petrovich AI interface when we stand in the pilot's cockpit. Short left to toggle the panel, short up right down for interval, series and side, and long down for type. We got the heat blur effect from the exhaust and the flame effect when starting the APU. Oh yeah! And we noticed also the new IR suppressors that are modeled and activated from the editor. Now let's move on. The Normandy map by Ugra Media received some updated color and splat map textures for fields and buildings. Airfield textures have been improved and multiple bugs have been fixed. Apparently, when flying low over dense forest areas, there is a noticeable performance improvement, which comes as a blessing. Also, we got more individual tree types, including black ash, pine, river birch, and sugar maple, which are now distinguishable and lifelike. From one World War II theater to another, the channel map just got some love on all existing airfields and some fixes involving aircraft collisions with static ground objects. AI taxi logic has also been improved, multiple cosmetic bugs have been resolved, and new unique objects and support facilities have been added to provide a more realistic appearance. Improvements also cover the road and rail networks and more. A short mention that the P-47D Thunderbolt is now running on Edge 2.7, so we will notice more detail and enhanced textures throughout the cockpit and external module. As usual, we always cover the newly added ground units. This time, we got the NASAMS, National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System, a Norwegian-developed medium-range SAM system that was introduced in the mid-1990s. Utilizing the proven AIM-120 AMRAAM missile and combined with the MPQ-64 Sentinel 3D radar, it presents a formidable threat to aircraft and helicopters at low and medium altitudes. The typical battery consists of 3 launchers, each with 6 missiles, a radar unit, and a FDC fire control unit. NASAMS is in service with a number of countries, including the USA, and is notably used to protect high-value targets such as the White House in Washington, D.C. We also got a shield customization option for the Flag 36 and 37. For the Marianas Islands map, we got unique scenes for the US Naval Hospital and the Guam Museum. And the Syria map got some city improvements in Cyprus, Syria, Turkey, and Israel, with updated scenes and new heliports. In other news, the Mosquito Mark 6 development is progressing well. Multiple elements are getting close to be completed, like the cockpit, almost in its final state, the radio transmitter and receiver devices, as well as radio communications for voice chat and the external module plus texturing. Now they are adding details to instrumentation color, reflections and color balance. They have improved the gauge visibility by refining the center and side panel color gamma values. And the same pre-calculated ray tracing technology used in the Mi-24P Hind has also been added. Glass, plastic covers, luminescent dials and exposed wiring provide a more realistic look and feel. The entire project is advancing with excitement, and that gives us hope of getting this iconic bird in DCS world very soon. From the world of helicopters, the Ka-50 Blackshark III is still in development, with progress to the engines, transmission and rotor head. The propulsion system will be visible when the fuselage is damaged during combat or when under maintenance. The twin 2400 horsepower Klimov turboshaft engines are mounted high on the fuselage above the wings. Note how the semicircular air intakes and exhausts are turned outward and the level of detail that the modelers have put into these components. Everything is being recreated using exact drawings to a real-world scale. And now, the biggest news for many of us was the announcement that TrueGrit, the developer of the DCS Eurofighter, is merging with Heatblur in order to bring us the best variant of the Typhoon. This proves that the Eurofighter project is still alive. Many users are waiting for this twin-engine delta-wing multi-role fighter, designed originally as an air superiority bird, and we will get very soon more news and updates as both teams continue to build this iconic fighter. A trailer has been posted under the name of A Coming Storm. We know many of you watched it already, but for those of you who missed it, link is in the video description. Our friend from Fox 2 Productions just released not long ago a new trailer for version 1.5 of the GAS-39 Gripen community mod. The new version has multiple added features like night vision goggles, new seat textures and module, new liveries, and a ton of new armament and many fixes and changes. I'll link the entire list in the description down below. And in the end, our fellow YouTuber Growling Sidewinder released 2 amazing documentary videos about the UH-1 Huey over Vietnam and the Soviet-Afghan war with the Mi-24P Hind. Link is in the video description in case you are interested. And that's it. It's good to be back. Hope everyone is doing well. I had a great time in vacation, and I really want to thank everyone for their patience for these last few weeks. Luckily, things kept on the quiet side. More content is about to air on the channel, so if you want to keep up with the latest news from your favorite simulators and games, subscribe, as we are about to reach the 4,000 subscribers mark very soon. But you know very well, it's not about the numbers, it's all about the quality. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.